Second of
Damn.
all, I hate women. And sadness at times, and frustration, and like everything. Okay, I don't need to show you guys like all of that in a fucking live stream performance. Okay, just I'm probably there are things about that whole thing, this whole thing that's going on. Yeah, react harder. There are things that are going on that I will probably talk about at some point, but for now, I think my processing of all that and everything, all the fucking madness, all of the domino effects that have happened around it, I'm just gonna do in my own time. Like, that's probably where I am with that. Is that okay? Thank you. Well done, chat. We got through that. Okay. I want to watch a content nuke, though. It's so long. It's 1 hour 43. Oh, wait, there's also the Shoe0nHead video. I watched that before or after? Well, it's a support act, right? The Shoe0nHead video is the support act. Let's watch the Shoe0nHead video. Okay, come on. Let's give me a bit of a warm up, okay? I need to loosen the vibes, okay? I need to lube up the react muscles. I'm sorry.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Shoe0nHead channel. I am your host, Shoe0nHead. You may know me on Reddit as generic far-right Fox News bigot, or perhaps you know me as Commie Mommy. You people need help. Anyway, my last few videos about the election got a lot of attention.
I hate this. It's like, you communicate a message. She's a little loud. Yeah, you communicate a message like of populism, of fairly shallow populism, and that is probably going to result in a bit of confusion amongst left and right wingers, or people who view politics on that continuum, because they're not really going to. Populism can do that. Populism can involve right-wing and left-wing friendly messaging. That's why it's so effective right now. That's why left-wingers think Trump was effective on Gaza, right? And then a week later, he talks about evacuating the entire strip and moving people to Jordan and Egypt. Yeah, populism is a weird drug, okay? And even the most seasoned left-wing comrades will struggle with it.
As well as brought a lot of new people to the channel. So everyone say hello to the new people. Please welcome the new people. Please be polite to them. Educate them on what to expect here. Just don't tell them about the contraption. But not all the attention I got from my election videos was good attention. So I've decided today I am going to respond to those critics. I figured it's been a while since I actually responded to a response that I've gotten on YouTube. It's very old school, very 2012 YouTube. All I need is a rant sona and I'm set. So that is what we're going to do today. I'm going to respond to criticism, rationally and calmly.
No, you're not.
I will be reacting to people's reactions of two different videos of mine, America is in Shambles and Downfall of the Democrats. If you haven't seen those videos, I will put them down in the description so you have more context. I highly suggest you watch them before you watch this video.
Whoa.
Pause this video,
good faith.
Go watch them. Don't worry, I will be right here. I've been here for 10 years. Will I be doing this in 10 more years? Will I be a 43-year-old e-girl? I guess we'll wait and see. Now, a lot has happened since my last video. It's been like, what, 2 months? That's like 10 years in internet time.
Okay.
There's so much going on in the news, it's honestly hard to keep up. Oh, that reminds me. I have an app for that. Let's quickly get into today's sponsor, a sponsor I've been working with for many years now, Ground News. Ground News is a website internet that gives readers an easy and transparent way to read the news from left, right, and center. Every story comes with a quick visual breakdown of political bias that helps you understand the full story and make sure you're getting both sides. One of my favorite features of Ground News is the blind spot feature, which shows you news stories that have been covered by one side of the political spectrum and ignored by the other. For example, here is a story about how a Mississippi senator filed a contraception begins at erection bill that makes it, quote, unlawful for a person to discharge genetic material without the intent to fertilize an embryo. An anti-Gunter bill. It's an anti-Gunter bill. Right away, we can see that the story has been covered by 16 sources, 40% of it left-wing, only 17% of it right-wing. You can even see who owns these reporting outlets. Ground News also makes it really easy to compare headlines to see how political bias can affect framing. For example, this right-wing headline, President Donald Trump and Melania Trump's 20th wedding anniversary, see the photos. And this left-leaning headline frames the same story like this. President Trump's anniversary shout-out to Melania is loaded with red flags. This feature is so much fun. I am obsessed with it. I've been using Ground News since 2020.
Why right-wingers talking about gooning bills? What?
And it really helped me see how both sides frame stories so differently. I'm currently offering 40% off their Vantage plan, which is the one I use to access all their features. So go to ground.news/shoe or use the QR code on screen here or click the link in the video description down below and subscribe today. I highly suggest checking it out. They're one of my favorite sponsors to work with because I think what they're doing is extremely important, helping people approach the news in a more balanced way. So take advantage of this discount today, ground.news/shoe or clicking the link down below. Thank you to Ground News for sponsoring this video and thank you for not skipping the ad as always. And now let's get back to the video. So what has happened since my last video? Well, Biden is gone. He is out of office. He has somehow completed a 4-year term, which means, that's right, Dave Rubin has to retire.
If Joe Biden completes a 4-year term, actually completes a 4-year term, I will retire.
It also means, once again, Trump has been inaugurated. And this time, all our favorite characters were there. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos' wife's tits, Mark Zuckerberg. Frankly, it's disgusting seeing billionaires so openly and brazenly support our government officials. They should be doing it behind the scenes like they've been doing for decades. Ladies and gentlemen, the elites have officially bent the knee. And
she's going to do the thing. Oh, no. She's not going to talk about the exceptionality of Elon Musk's contribution to the Republican campaign. Oh, no. She's not going to talk about how actually what Elon Musk is doing and how close he is and how much he weaponizes the social media platform that he owns to defend Trump and to help Trump and oh god, and actually how that's not really anything like anything Jack Dorsey or Zuckerberg or anyone else has done. Oh god!
With the popular vote came the sudden and long overdue death of woke capitalism. Rest in piss. Although I never did get to try those gay Oreos. You don't know what you got till it's gone.
Gorios.
The inauguration was a beautiful celebration for Republicans, full of joy and whimsy, and a complete humiliation ritual for the Democrats. Bye, Joe. Thanks for all the fucking nothing. Your legacy will be having dementia, aiding a genocide, and handing the country over to Donald Trump on a silver platter. Executive order after executive order, pardon after pardon, Trump got to work enacting his mandate on day one. But even as all this is happening, Trump seems to be on this bizarre side quest to conquer Canada and Greenland. But if we're gonna annex Canada and make it great again, can we at least get their healthcare without the wait times or the assisted suicide? Can't there just be a normal healthcare system that doesn't put you in debt or offer to kill you if
What's wrong with assisted suicide? What? Okay.
You are in debt? Speaking of healthcare, an Italian-American Tucker Carlson fan from New York murdered a healthcare CEO.
Wait, I'm sorry. If you're gonna do that thing and like talk about how I thought it was like a left-wing populist, like a Bernie bro, like healthcare would be one of your biggest priorities, right? So you would say, give us their healthcare, but not the waiting times. It's like, yeah, sorry, public healthcare, that's going to be a thing. You cannot get private healthcare. Are there any countries that do actually, where you get private healthcare waiting times with a public system? Not least of all in a country the size of the United States. I think that's probably a bit ambitious. You're probably going to have to accept that, right? I love the NHS, okay? NHS is my boy, but I'm going to accept waiting times. Private healthcare has waiting times. Are they ever as long as public ones, though? Mate, I've heard about people being on NHS waiting lists for ADHD, and you're talking like 7 years sometimes. I've heard someone say 7 years. I've heard others say the average is 3.5 years. It's like... I don't know, it's not good.
And it wasn't me. His name is Luigi Mangione, and he's currently the most thirsted after man in the world.
Hey.
Ugh, women are so cooked, dude. Why can't they just be normal and make fan cams of the Unabomber like me? Now, I don't condone murder. That's it, I don't condone murder. Murder is bad. But honestly, I don't even know what killing a healthcare CEO even does. It's a job position. The job position will be filled again. The goal should be get rid of the job position altogether. But it's really depressing that it took this for a conversation about the absolute scam that is the American health insurance system to go mainstream. Lord knows I've been shouting about it for long enough. But you know who doesn't need healthcare anymore? Jimmy Carter. Because he's dead. He died at the ripe age of 100, and I know what you're thinking. Vaxxed? But at his funeral, we all saw this. He's Hitler! He's Hitler! He's Hitler! He's Hitler! Oh, hey, buddy. I'm sorry, I seem to recall this man scolding the black community for voting for a racist, sexist fascist. And here he is, chatting it up with that very racist, sexist fascist. Gee, it's almost like they don't fucking believe it. Like, the Biden administration literally just named an aircraft after George W. Bush. George W. Bush! The literally Hitler from 20 years ago. In 20 years, we're going to have like a Navy fleet named after Trump. It's all fake. It's all big fake gay club, and we're not in it. At the end of
What was Biden's position in the Iraq War? Did he support it or oppose it? He gave Bush the authority to use force in Iraq. Okay, so apparently he claims that he opposed it as soon as it started, but what? Okay. Didn't oppose it from the beginning. Expressed support for the war as Delaware senator. Criticized Bush for how he handled the diplomacy, conduct, and pre-war intelligence. He called his 2002 vote a mistake in 2005. So he endorsed the invasion. So I guess for 3 years. Okay. Uh-oh. Damn. Damn, Joe. Joe Biden. Biden.
End of the day, these people would rather see the country burn to the ground than actually help the citizens in it. Literally.
Breaking now at 11, 16 people confirmed dead in the California wildfires. New fears the massive fires will only continue to grow.
There's no water coming out of the fire hydrant.
What do you mean you ran out of water? You're California! You're next to the goddamn Pacific Ocean, for fuck's sake! It was getting so bad people were using
the Pacific Ocean. Nice one.
almond milk to put out the fire. California moment. Thousands of people have lost their homes, lives were destroyed, but thankfully the Biden administration sent $20 billion to rebuild California. That's amazing. Just kidding, that was for Israel. But thankfully Trump has frozen foreign aid for 90 days. Except for Israel. How are the Democrats doing since losing to Trump? Are they taking a step back and reevaluating their tactics and their platform? Are they looking for a real populist candidate to put up for 2028? What is their plan? Oh, god damn it. So let's get into these responses I got to my videos, shall we? Okay, I searched Shoe0nHead reaction.
Yeah, I know Pacific Ocean is a joke, yeah? And I also think using salt water on that much like salt and soil, they don't... Salt is bad, okay, for land. You don't want to put... Salt is not really the best solution. You want to put salt on the ground, okay? That's a whole problem. Isn't it a whole thing? Salting the earth? You salt the earth and that's like stops people from cultivating it and inhabiting it?
Scrolling through these videos and it's like, anime girl, anime girl, anime girl, anime girl, anime boy. Anime girl, anime girl, anime girl. I feel like I'm scrolling through the porn history of the average Shoe0nHead fan. Oh, by the way, I will link the videos I react to in the description down below, so you can watch the full videos, the full criticism if you want to. But if you do go to any of these people's channels, please be normal in the comments. We're all just people who have different opinions at the end of the day. If you have the urge to call them like a libtard soy boy cuck in the comments, write instead, you are a fine, distinguished gentleman. Have a wonderful afternoon. See? It's not that hard to control our anger.
This is a 17.5-minute video from a rich white person talking about how both parties are the exact same.
What a fine, distinguished gentleman. I hope he has a wonderful afternoon.
Who is her main audience? It's going to be all conservative types. Every single one. Every single one of these centrist people, their audiences are always conservatives. 100% of the time. Every single time. All of them.
Centrist type people. Okay, alright. Destiny has said that Kamala Harris is to the left of him on economics. Kamala Harris. That technically puts Destiny to the right of me on econ. Destiny has opinions that fall to the left and right of where I'm standing. I have opinions that fall to the left and right of where Destiny is standing. So... who is the centrist here? Or is centrism when you're a YouTuber who makes fun of both sides? And yeah, sure, sorry lefties and liberals and Democrats in my audience, you don't exist. You're all Republicans now. Take your complimentary Trump hat and liberal tears mug. Also, as a left-wing YouTuber, shouldn't having right-wingers in your audience kind of like be the goal? Who are you making content for if not? Do you just want to preach to a choir? If you want to watch someone who agrees with you 100%, just talk to a fucking mirror. I don't understand this criticism. I like that there are people with diverse opinions in my audience. It's so freeing. I'm not audience captured. I can say I want to bring back Ronald Reagan from the dead so I can kill him with my bare hands, and the right-wingers in my audience would just be like, haha, she's so funny. It's nice we can listen to alternative viewpoints. I can fix her. Frankly, I know for a fact a lot of left-wing channels would kill for the audience demographic I have. Are you kidding me? How do we reach young men on the right? How do we get young men to listen to us? Skill issue.
It's hard for me to know, bro. I honestly can't tell with a lot of these people. I wish I could just get them in a room and get them like shit-faced and we just like have a conversation. It's like, do you understand, like, you know that like all your fans are conservative, right? You know that like everything you do is conservative, right? Can you tell that? Are you aware of that?
Okay, first of all, getting drunk with Destiny and having him all up in my face like, you know you're conservative, right? You know your audience is conservative, right? Sounds like a fucking nightmare. I think I would throw up and cry. This is all especially funny coming from someone like him, who's also constantly called a centrist and a right-winger and a Nazi because he has opinions that fall outside of the left-wing internet bubble. Like, I have seen people say these exact criticisms of Destiny, that his audience is full of incels and right-wingers. You know, Destiny, at the end of the day, we're not so different, you and I.
People like Tim Pool I know are intentionally lying, 100%. But for somebody like this, like all of the other centrist types that get swept up in the middle that end up just being like mass conservative propagandists, I'm not sure.
What? I'm sorry. Mass conservative propaganda? I'm so tired of defending myself like this, though. Frankly, I've seen what makes someone a progressive to these people. So I don't really mind when they call me conservative. I'll take it, Destiny. Conservative, centrist, whatever. Someone did die. One of the bullets hit Cory Comparator as he was protecting his family. It's one thing to make fun of a failed assassination attempt, even a successful assassination attempt on a politician. If we can't mock or criticize the people in power.
Why is he called Cory Comparator? I don't even. What the fuck? Why do America? What? All right.
there is an issue. But it's another thing to mock a innocent Trump supporter that died. The guy didn't have any power. He wasn't a politician. He was just a dude. I don't like.
He wasn't just a dude. He was a guy that was posting a ton of inflammatory shit on his social media, who was at a rally for one of the most inflammatory candidates of all time. But
a dude wasn't just a dude and deserved to die because he posted inflammatory shit online. My brother in Christ, you do that. I do that. We all do that. All right, I'm done with this one. I'm done. I don't know what I expected. I honestly expected better. I did not expect this. Hopefully the next person is more
she inserted the deserve to die. I don't think that was a claim, but yeah, I've kind of wondered why populism, even if it involves a lot of left-wing aspects, always tends to help the right. I'm trying to figure out why that's the case, though. I really need to figure that out because it does. It disparages probably because the disparagement that they give to the Democrats damages them a lot more than the attacks they make on Republicans because Republicans don't give a fuck. That's kind of an issue. Like the fact that you've seen very far left people handing it to Trump over Gaza because of a ceasefire deal that we still have no idea, where we still have no idea what the circumstances that led to that ceasefire were. Shoe's default position is stupid. That's it, Matthew Banks. That's it. Now we know. Problem solved. She a dumb fuck. Dumb woman. Don't say that. Don't repeat that, chat. It's bad.
So let's go.
This is called America is in Shambles. I'm excited to see what this is.
Build back better. Agenda.
Oh my god, it's the corn guy. He doesn't like me.
47. Let me introduce you to the Shoe New Deal. Bring back the red Pizza Hut cups.
What is this video? Is this just, are we just going to be like, America's in shambles and we're just going to, haha, I'm a shit poster, I don't care because nothing affects me. Right, like it's just like disaffected memes or something? This is what we're doing?
I love how he's so confused about the concept of an opening skit. I don't understand. Where's the 500 paragraphs of text? I've been very busy, as some of you know now, and as some of you guessed, I have recently had a baby. And as it turns
Whoa.
out, that takes up a lot of your time.
Wow!
Wait, why did he go, ugh? Why did he go, ugh? Nearly 40-ass-year-old man. Come on, Jake, tick-tock. Time to settle down and have some children. Those sperms are—
Why is everyone nearly 40 in this space? Why? I think Hassan said Ethan was 50. I think like 38, 39? Bro. Mate, I'm almost 40. What the fuck? 7 years. That's not that much time, is it?
They're drying up.
God.
Oh, yeah.
Fight.
Oh yeah, he's winning. Cope?
Bullet just grazed his ear because he turned at the last second to look at some immigration chart. Being racist literally saved his life. There's a lesson in that.
There's a lesson in being racist. Cool, dude. Like, she lampshades that's just a joke, wink, wink. And then, like, the dumbass Zoomer Coomer that's in her comments down here does not think she's joking. Thinks she's dog whistling, which she is, and is totally like, yeah, I love being racist. Being racist is good. It makes me survive bullets or some shit now.
Oh no, I'm going to influence vulnerable Zoomers into believing racism makes them bulletproof. What are you saying, bro? The dog whistles. The dog whistles. Call a fucking joke. There's no dog whistle. There's no mask. It's a joke. It's a joke about racism, yes! Somehow knew that roof would be unguarded, laid down and aimed a rifle at the former president without being noticed. This was insane incompetence, or they let it happen.
Oh my god, and now she's doing conspiracy theories? She watches—
Yeah. She will never let a good conspiracy slide. We need to get her into fucking Arab boomer politics for the conspiracies. Oh my god, she would absolutely lap them up. She would be so happy.
Fox News now all the time. You could see it.
I'm leaning more towards the former because if you look at our bridges and airplanes, America is in shambles. First of all, why the fuck would I watch Fox News? Tucker Carlson isn't on there anymore. Also, I love how he paused before I finished.
There's a thing in Lebanon where even like Hezbollah's opponents, people who hate them, will still take a lot of their actions. Like even opponents of Hezbollah will take a lot of the assassinations of anti-Syrian activists in the mid-2000s, and they'll blame them on Israel. The car couldn't have blown up that high without an Israeli fucking airstrike.
Finished my sentence, said a thing he thought epically owned me, then unpaused, and I continued and said the opposite of what he thought I would say. His fanfiction of me that believes in Fox News conspiracies turned out not to be real. The man is out here fighting ghosts. He's fighting his schizophrenic thoughts. He took too much cough syrup and I appeared in the corner of his room talking about Fox News. People were laughing about how some of the cops protecting Trump were women and like, come on now, that's sexist. They were making these awful memes like this.
And then you just do the sexist joke. You go, that's sexist, but I don't care. You know what you're doing, dude.
Yes, I do know what I am doing. I am making jokes. I am making jokes about sexism and racism. Yes. Again, no mask, no dog whistles. I am blatantly just saying these things. White Women for Harris meeting raised millions, broke Zoom.
Yep.
Oh, but when I want to have a whites-only meeting, I'm called a racist.
Wow, cool, dude. That's a really sick fucking KKK joke you have there.
No.
This guy isn't even debunking anything. He's just like, you made a joke. Okay? And? You are in the wrong neighborhood. That doesn't work here. We have fun here, sir.
Boyfriend writes your scripts, that joke confirms it, dude. It's so bad.
A woman making a joke? I bet her boyfriend wrote that. Wow, sexist much? Dog whistle? Also kind of a random tangent, but like I've gotten this actually unironically in like innocent ways. Like, who writes your stuff? Give props to your editor. I write my own stuff. I edit my own stuff. I've been doing it for 10 years. I still use iMovie to edit. I do have an assistant who helps me get sponsorships and edits the sponsor segments. But if I could hire anyone to do anything, it would be to be the person in front of the camera. That is my least favorite part. I love writing. I love editing.
She should try making the jokes funny. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I used to really, really hate, I'm using the word hate, Shoe0nHead's humor. Now I just think it's like, meh, it's all right. It's not the worst thing in the world. So maybe in 5 years I'll laugh out loud. Who knows?
Hate this. Maybe I'll just pull a Daily Wire one day and do a little switcheroo and replace myself with someone else. I'll just tell Moist Critical to shave his beard. None of you will know the difference. Basically, if I could be a VTuber, I would. And I'd give myself pink hair and big anime titties. All right, moving on. One of the bullets hit Corey Comparator as he was protecting his family. But there were people like mocking this, which is insane to me. Like it's one thing to make fun.
Well, he was a racist, so he caught a bullet for no fucking reason at a hit, like a Trump rally, right? It's like being upset the Nazi got hit at a Nazi rally, right?
Oh my god, they're all justifying it. A innocent Trump supporter that died.
He's not innocent, actually. He went to a Trump rally, supported Donald Trump publicly.
Am I going insane? I'm crashing out, bro. I'm crashing out.
If you were a better person, you wouldn't be at a Trump rally. You feel me? So, yeah.
If you were a better person,
Yeah.
like me, a person who thinks people who disagree with me should be shot and killed, then this wouldn't have happened. Unreal! Okay, on to the last response to this particular video. Let's hope this guy is a little better.
Welcome to America is in Shambles by Shoe0nHead. So
Hey, it's Alec Gunter. Yes, this guy's fucking banging. This guy's really funny. Maybe not for the reasons that he wants to be, but this guy's good. This guy's a banger. I like watching this guy. Come on, he's gonna give us a zinger. The Gunt. Come on.
Shoe0nHead is a person that exists. If you don't know who Shoe0nHead is, she basically postures herself as a centrist.
I literally call myself a left-wing What? Also, I didn't know they made a Vosh too. Who is this guy? Alec Gunter. Shoe0nHead's brain-dead election analysis.
She used to be buddies with some of the left-leaning people, used to be in favor of Bernie Sanders, but kind of went full populist.
Bernie is a populist, so this makes no sense. Oh, she used to like Bernie, but now she's more of a populist. What? Are we just equating populism with right-wing now? Is that what's going on here?
Basically just posturing for her incel followers. Right, her alt-right incel followers.
The shoe simps, or as I like to call them, the SS.
And making them feel smart because she looks at both sides, right? She's a centrist.
First of all, I don't make my audience feel smart. My audience is fucking retarded. They know this. Second of all, why wouldn't you look at both sides? Like, why shouldn't you be criticizing your side, too? Unless you're like a total ideologically cucked hack. You're not that. Right, Alec? Right?
Here's Shoe0nHead. America is in shambles.
My fellow Americans, I regret to inform you that it is that time again. Election time. Every 4 years, we have to deal with this. Are you voting for the red files or the blue files? The red drone strikes or the...
Okay, right off the bat, the red is way worse. See, she's like immediately playing the centrist angle, and there's no comparison between the two.
Okay, I'm gonna agree with Mr. With the Gunt here. Okay, me and Gunt. Okay, we're like that, right? Because that like a phrase like that. I know it's a joke, okay, but political jokes usually have some kind of underlying meaning. Like when you're saying the red drone strikes or the blue drone strikes. The fact is that Trump accelerated the fuck out of drone strikes, and Biden massively reduced them. Like he almost more or less ended the drone war. If you look at the charts, like it's insane. We've done this before, right? You see the chart go like Obama, woof, loads of drones, Trump, even more drones, and then Biden, poof, like fuck all. But that's the case with so many aspects of Republicans and Democrats. You can get annoyed at Democrats for being kind of like corporate and being a bit too safe and being a bit like Kamala for being a kind of like ChatGPT response because she's so scared of her own shadow that she doesn't want to rock any boats or anything. Like and obviously getting Dick Cheney to come with you and endorsing the endorsement of someone who was seen by most left-wingers as a complete, like one of the biggest villains of the first part of the 20th century. But nothing the Democrats do is anything compared to what Republicans do. In regards to contempt for democracy, in regards to racism, in regards to the economy, like they are just dwarfed. And I think when you're in such an urgent time, and especially now with Trump and everything that he's been doing, it should be quite clear that your criticism of both sides is massively skewed against the Republicans if you claim to be a left-winger. It should be the case, but I don't really know if I always get that from Shoe0nHead or from populists in general. And populists will also just hand it to Trump over the dumbest shit, like the ceasefire agreement, which, again, if the ceasefire agreement was because of Trump, that would be because Trump offered Israel something. Israel were not in a position that suddenly became so desperate that they were going to give up their red lines on the Netzarim corridor or in total victory or in politically dismantling Hamas or anything like that. They would have been offered something, like just Occam's razor. They were offered something that Biden wouldn't offer them, which might have been free passage and free reign over Iran, which might have been West Bank annexation, which might have been some kind of transfer solution for Gaza, but basically nothing good for Palestinians. Like, why would you hand it to Trump especially when we don't know anything about what changed to make that deal go through?
Oh my god, do they all not know what a bit is? I'm doing both sides bad because I'm a candidate running against Kamala and Trump. Do they not know what a skit is? Hey, drone strikes. Dead Palestinians or dead Palestinians? We're tired of it. They should just pick one.
Okay, well, the dead Palestinians thing was pretty true. I'll give her that.
Sexist joke, racist
See, that's what I mean. What the fuck, man? You have no idea what Trump's fucking... Anyway.
joke, ableist joke. Palestine. There's just no way Trump is losing. It would take something like, I don't know, Trump getting shot in the head at a rally in Pennsylvania. Oh god, we're coming up to the Trump rally part. Please be normal about this. One thing to make fun of a failed assassination attempt, even a successful assassination attempt on a politician. If we can't mock or criticize the people in power, there is an issue. But it's another thing to mock a innocent Trump supporter that died. Please give me some over left-wing YouTube, please.
The Trump supporter that died, he was most likely a fascist, and I mean, he was at a Trump rally, man. What do you expect? Like, he probably wanted trans people to die.
Probably. He probably had these opinions, so it's okay for him to die.
I mean, he was pro-Putin. He did support the invasion of Ukraine. So that's a bit cringe. It's a bit shit. Hang on. Did I accidentally open? Whoa. I do not want BattleNet. Fuck you. Go away.
Even if he did, which you don't know, but even if he did, that doesn't mean he should be fucking killed. He's just a fucking guy. He's a guy who can even change his opinions one day. Who knows? I know for a fact, a shit ton of people in these people's audiences used to be Trump supporters, used to be transphobic or whatever. Every single fucking day, I log on and I watched Ben Shapiro and was a Trump supporter, but now I watch ContraPoints and I'm a good person. So back when you were a Trump supporter, these people think it's okay if you got shot. Convenient for them that they were born morally lucky and they came out of the womb as leftists.
Morally lucky. How does she know that phrase? People say it's actually like it came from that Rem guy. Like, it's a Rem phrase. Is that true though? I've seen it on the... Hang on, because I don't think it's... I think it is a term, moral luck, but I don't think it's actually... I don't think it's the same as what the Rem position is. I don't know. Wasn't it Rem talking with us about Hassan? Oh, she's friends with Vosh. Is she still? And obviously because Vosh was on that call, the morally lucky call. Yeah, Rem was on that call with Vosh and Hassan. He was debating both of them.
I'm actually going insane. I'm becoming the Joker. I thought at least one of them would have a normal take on this. But no. Behold! This is my circus. These are my monkeys.
I think, okay, so let's check the comments real quick. I just want to see. Here's her audience, okay?
Oh no, he's checking comments. Oh no, he's checking comments. No.
Having a baby and retiring, she has become a trad wife. The only reason America is in shambles is because Shoe hasn't uploaded a Hell World in 2 years. Kamala, don't come Trump, I'm going to come America. If there's any reason to vote for Kamala, it's just to make Hillary extremely mad. It's probably the best campaign slogan yet. Okay, they all just seem like memers.
Whew. Okay, good. Diagnosis memers.
I don't know. I think that Shoe is just kind of a memer. I don't think she's a bad person.
Oh good, YouTuber Alec Gunter doesn't think I'm a bad person. I must postpone my suicide at once. Okay, this next video people are responding to is the one I made after the election called The Downfall of the Democrats. Let's see what people had to say about this one. Okay, this guy is called Hutch. This fucking title. Shoe0nHead takes an election victory lap? What video did this dude watch? The Shoe0nHead from Earth 2? Hat on foot?
We project that Donald Trump will become the 47th president of the United States.
Do you really think that the Democratic Party is fighting for you? The overwhelming answer is no.
I am so frustrated with this argument because policy can only get you so far. Like, good policy is good and we should do good policy. For sure. I don't think we should adopt Republican policies.
Wait, what argument? You just watched a montage of Trump winning. Where did I say adopt Republican policies? I haven't even said anything in this video yet. I haven't even appeared on screen. Who are these people responding to?
So I think the insinuation that she was making is that the Democrats let down the majority of Americans and the working class and the people who live paycheck to paycheck and they can't afford a $40 emergency and They definitely don't order DoorDash ever. Never. I'm sorry, I'm joking. And eggs. The problem is, okay, I'm sorry, I'm just, and Shoe said this at the end of her video, if I recall correctly. And I know people don't like this argument because you can't make much content out of it, but the fact is that incumbents lost everywhere for the last 2 years in the OECD because of inflation. Sorry. It's just inflation. Yeah. Just inflation. Fuck. It's the top issue for voters. It's very easy to see. Even if you are the most apolitical cunt on earth, you are going to see expensive eggs. Sorry. It wasn't just inflation. It's never just anything, but that's the common variable for incumbents getting fucked everywhere, right, left, and center, all over. And it's left-wing incumbents, it's right-wing incumbents, it's populist incumbents. They all lost. Okay, they've all either lost or thrown their majorities in the OECD in like 10 different countries. And the common variable is it's inflation from 2022, from the COVID leftovers, and also because of the invasion of Ukraine, the Russian invasion of Ukraine.
There she goes, hat on foot, making videos talking about adopting Republican policies.
Yeah, I think we should pursue progressive policies. I think we should pursue policies that help working class people across this country. Whatever the term working class means now, because it's so nebulous at this point.
I like how the term working class is now nebulous. Now that they're losing the working class, it's like, pfft, working class. What does that even mean? Is it too late for the Democratic Party, or can they turn this around? Will the Democrats learn from this?
Well, the problem is that people who are incredibly fucking well off call themselves working class. It's like someone says, I'm a farmer, and they actually own like 3 farms. Yeah, working class. Yeah, working classes. I remember seeing a Fox News segment of some communist. It was like 10 years ago. There was some communist getting grilled by Fox News hosts, and they were like, what is the working class? I work. Yeah, fuck. It's like middle class. You know, in the UK, there was this whole meme about Tony Blair saying that we're all middle class now. Like everyone sees himself as middle class. Like a lot of these are to do with identity as well. There's like a kind of racist meme in the UK where they'll talk about the plight of the traditional working class communities. And when they say traditional, it's because they don't want to lump in places like Hackney as working class communities, even though they've always been poor, because they're more or like Whitechapel, because these are places with ethnic minorities like black and brown people. So they'll say traditional working class communities, which is really what they mean, just like poor white areas.
To be clear, in 2016, it was the same discourse. Is this the end of the Democratic Party? Dems in disarray. Are they ever going to recover from this? It's the same discourse every single time.
Okay, but Kamala did historically bad. She did not flip a single county. A Republican won the popular vote. A Republican. Do you know how rare that is? And all the data shows...
Do you know how rare it is that, like, in Japan, the fucking Liberal Democratic Party lost? I think they've lost, like, 2 or 3 times in the last 60 years? Plus, look at them. Look at the gap between conservatives going to Labour. My God, that was the biggest election gap in over 200 years. 1800s, the last time there was a gap that big. But that was from right to left. So it doesn't really make that much sense. It doesn't actually make that much sense when you're trying to say that. Like when you're trying to argue that there was some kind of failure of liberals or centers or centrists or center left, when it seems to be that incumbents, left, right, populist, or otherwise, suffered because of the circumstances.
Young people, black people, Latinos, women moving more right. Now, could this be a Trump-only thing? Sure. And as I said in my video, there could be a pendulum swing and we'll get like another Obama after Trump, or the Democrats wake up and actually run a good populist candidate. I don't rule this out, but to pretend this wasn't a particularly bad loss is just straight up delusional. From blaming the American people to blaming Joe Rogan, the Democrats and the media are having a hard time coping with their loss. And
this logic that you can't blame voters for the outcome of elections is insane to me. There's no responsibility on the voters, like none whatsoever. Who else am I supposed to?
You blame your party that lost. You blame your candidate. Why were the American people more willing to vote for the guy who did January 6th over your candidate full of hope and joy and rainbows and unicorns or whatever? Is it because the voters are just all stupid idiots? Or is there something a little less simple that you just want to avoid?
I mean, American voters are pretty fucking stupid. I'm sorry. Like you can, obviously if you're a political candidate, oh God, it's like a self-help thing as well, right? You know, in self-help, people are like, oh, what is it they say? There's a way that they phrase this. It's, come to terms with where you are, right? So because it might be, you might gain some level of insight from blaming something outside of your control, or blaming other people, or even blaming yourself, right? Like you might, if you can take a lesson out of any of those things, then sure, but that shouldn't really occupy that much of your thought process, because you can't control it. You can't control the circumstances that led to where you are, because they're in the past, and all you can think about is what you do going forward. So like, if you're a political party, it makes sense as well, right? The Democrats might have their theories about why they lost, but once they decide, maybe it's because of inflation, and maybe it had a bit to, maybe let's say they do they do some research and they find out it was all inflation, that without inflation they would never have flipped to Republican. Well, then just take that and then just think about, okay, what do we do moving forward? It's not like we're just going to spend the next 2 or 3 or 4 years screaming about inflation, and that's the reason we lost. Anyway.
Talking about. Taking a step back and looking in the mirror is going to do you real good. Democrats don't have a messaging problem. America has a racism problem. Kamala ran a flawless campaign in 100 days, and I refuse to let y'all gaslight me into believing anything other than that.
Did she just put up 2 random Twitter users? Do we know who those people are? Who are those people? I don't even know who those. I'm pretty sure they're just random people.
Random Twitter users whose posts went viral. Yes, it's a small sample of the discourse happening amongst the people, which is pretty important to show. I know the concept of listening to average everyday people is completely foreign to you, but it is important to show what.
But yeah, the problem with Shoe though is that she's mistaking analysis or appropriate levels of blame for it's useful to blame your candidate and think about what you can do going forward, because that's what you have control over. But it is a fact that Americans are fucking mental. It is a fact that just an ungodly amount of Americans don't think dinosaurs are real. That's a problem, okay? I don't know. There used to be this meme in the 2000s. Like, what was this? I don't even know if the poll was real, but it was the only like. It was that like barely half of Americans know that the sun is a star. Like shit like that. There's a huge problem. Americans are fucking mental. They're exceptionally stupid. But obviously, if you're a political candidate who controls the education system, well, they're decided at a state level. So what the fuck can we do about that, really? Like, we can try and influence the curriculum when we're in power. But if we're out of power, then we should probably try to remedy that problem rather than just whine about it. But that doesn't mean it's wrong. It doesn't mean it's wrong that part of the reason Democrats lost is because America is kind of an insane country. Like, American right-wingers they're either just fascists or they're just okay with fascism, or at best they're ambivalent towards it. Like, they're willing to let it slide to get the political result that they want. And the American far left are obviously not really helping because they're fucking mental. Have you ever seen a dinosaur? Yeah, man, I've seen Ethan Klein and he's almost 40.
People are saying about their country's election, not just what politicians and the media are saying.
The Democratic Party, we have to contend with progressives that are constantly shitting on the Democratic Party for not being socialist enough, and we have to contend with MAGA, who are constantly shitting on the Democratic Party for, eating children and worshiping Satan.
And then you got the weirdos who believe both those things.
For people like Shoe0nHead, it's like, okay, it's easy, man. You just don't be woke, don't be feminist, don't root for like black lesbians in Disney shows, and then just do socialist policies.
All right, back up. I am not delusional. I do not want to implement socialist policies in America because, first of all, I do not trust America to do those correctly. I'm talking about basic, normal, social democratic policies like Norway and Denmark have. Universal paid family leave, universal healthcare, at least a public option, better transportation like a high-speed rail, better protection for workers, higher wages, blah, blah, blah. And yes, no woke shit. Do you know how
That's pretty fucking gay. I like it. Yeah, nice one. Let's go. Yeah. Listen, guys, if this is what we need to build the social democratic movement on YouTube, okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. Listen, I can fix her. I can fix this racist Nazi queen. I can do it, okay? How to win friends and influence people. Oh, no.
A platform like that would be. You get a candidate up there like that, you're winning all 50 states.
So, I would love to hear what she suggests besides just like elect Bernie Sanders.
Put up a good politician. That is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Someone who actually cares about the working class. Not Bernie Sanders. He's like 100 years old. Someone like Bernie Sanders, sure. Bernie Sanders with more of a spine. Combine Trump and Bernie Sanders. I am committing voter fraud and voting for that man 300 times. I am storming the Capitol for Donald Sanders. After this, the Democrats are going to move right in the dumbest ways. They're going to be...
Okay, but what is it that you like about Donald Trump? That's the thing I want to know. Just that he's funny, because there's not really any redeeming quality in terms of policy. There's not really any redeeming quality in terms of rhetoric. Like, why? That's why. Is she going to say that? What, that he can get votes? He can't. Like, if you look at Trump lost the popular vote very bad in 2020. He lost it in 2016, and he barely won it in. He's not like he's not actually. Trump is not actually an amazing candidate. His record is not really that strong in terms of the raw numbers. It's not like he's getting like your fucking Reagan scale or even your Obama scale landslides, is he? Wait, hang on. Am I going to say something stupid there? Obama. 2008 results. Ooh. So popular vote, only 52, so it's better than 49 whatever Trump had. But in terms of electoral results, fuck me. 365, 273. All right. Man, look how much time's passed. Oh God, I feel like I'm pushing 45. I'm 50 years old now. Yeah, it's not even, this is not quite Obama, like not even close really in electoral college. Yeah.
Come like the new neocons, but gay.
I think they will too. And one of the reasons why they're going to do that is because they know people like you are not a reliable voter. You're not.
You are correct. I am not a reliable voter. I will not vote blue no matter who. And guess what? Most of the country is like me. Does that scare you? Good. Me not being a reliable voter is not an excuse for Democrats to not listen to voters like me. If anything, it's the complete opposite. They should be trying to get the votes from people like me. Politicians and parties are not owed your vote. They have to earn it. They have to work for it. And many people thought the Democrats did not work for it. In fact, I don't even
This
think
is so fucking stupid. Like, how fucking spoiled are you, mate? Like, political parties are supposed to compromise with the will of the nation, okay? If they want to win votes, right? If they do if they do things to appease you, they're going to lose people in the liberal center who like might walk away as well. They have to think about that. They have to consider that. And unfortunately, Bernie Sanders' socialist shit in America is like, that doesn't seem to have done very well even in the DNC, let alone, like, the nation voted for Trump! Bro. The nation voted for the guy whose biggest economic action in his last presidency was tax cuts for the rich, right? Yeah, if you are a populist leftist, if you want social democratic policies, you have to be a reliable voter, because even if the Democrats are everything you say they are, corporate influenced, blood-sucking, Gavin Newsom, hair slick back, Patrick Bateman bullshit, soulless, woke, corporate, they-thems, like, you can still move them easier than you can move Republicans in your direction, right? And they will also not damage what little there is of social democratic policy in America in the way the Republicans are. It's lose-lose. But obviously, Shoe0nHead can afford those losses, right? Because she's a fucking YouTuber, right? That's probably why people think that when you do this thing where there's a moral bar, like if you call yourself not a reliable voter, if there's like a moral bar here, how would I do this? And you've got the blues. If the blues are up here and MAGA, if the blues are up here and MAGA are way down here, and you both sides too much, you're propping up this. Like, that's the problem. If you suggest both sides are somewhere like here, then you are logically hurting the better one and helping the worse one. Like, the fact that you wouldn't be a reliable voter when Trump literally tried to fucking subvert the results of the last election because Democrats annoy you? Like, fuck you. Fuck you. That's a real problem. Just because their campaign wasn't perfect enough for you. Yeah, that's a problem. It's a big issue. That's why you are, like, with language like that and with positions like that, you are damaging to your own cause. What, because they're woke? Okay. With the fucking myriad of woke policies that have come from the Biden administration.
They wanted to win, but that's a whole nother can of worms I don't want to open right now. Large factions of the left condescendingly believe that dumb people are the reason Trump won in 2016 and won again in 2024. And that
Well, I mean, you know, yeah.
Vance, when you win 2028, put me somewhere in communications. Let me run your Twitter account. I'm a millennial too. Nobody will know the difference. Plus, we wear the same amount of eyeliner.
It's fucking true. Shoot. Wait, sorry. There's no way sorry. You can't say, just because it's not good campaigning, okay? I don't expect the next Democratic presidential candidate to say half this country is retarded, okay? But it doesn't mean it's not true. Streamers can say it. I think commentators can say it. I think academics should say it. They've got the data. Come on. Come on. All right.
Okay, that is enough hutch for one lifetime, thank you. Next,
wow.
Please let the next person be sane. Please save my brain cells. Come majestically galloping in to save us.
Oh, holy shit. I know this lady.
I take back the galloping part.
Can I be real with you guys? People are going to hate me for this one. I stand by the criticisms that I've made of Shoe0nHead, but I will say this. If Shoe had been a respected voice in the Democrat consultancy circles, Kamala might not have lost. I have criticized her so many times for the populist brain rot, but oh boy, if anyone could use populist brain rot driven right into their skulls right now, it would be the Democrats. 28 minutes, and we have 25 minutes till stream ends. And I have 3 donos. I don't know about that one, Chief. There's probably stuff in here that I maybe can watch in the future.
Wait, he doesn't even watch the video? Watch the video, coward! This is an official call to the Shoe Simps. Calling the SS! We attack at dawn! Go tell Vosh to watch the video! This is bullshit! I was clickbaited! On to the next guy. Okay, this guy is called Uninformed Leftist. Let's see if he lives up to his name.
Oh god, this guy's absolutely out of his fucking mind. This is the guy who will name drop like 20 authors that you just know for a fact he hasn't read because he doesn't demonstrate any kind of like depth. Yeah, fuck this guy.
They made another video. It's called The Downfall of the Democrats.
Oh, big congratulations to Tim Walz on being the first white male DEI hire. It didn't work. The DNC...
Okay, so Tim Walz is not the first white male DEI hire. Joe Biden's been a white male DEI hire. George Bush is. Mitt Romney was. Every single president has been a white male DEI hire. Both the Democrats and the Republicans realize that America is a white supremacist country. Thus, we must run white people. So saying that Tim Walz is the first DEI hire is...
Oh, no. What? Do I need to say anything? Bro, this guy is like dead behind the eyes. What the fuck? What's going on? What is going on under that quiff? Oh, God.
Is a little bit telling. And what is it telling?
A joke. It's telling a joke.
Well, it's telling that Shoe0nHead, like the topic of race and gender, is very on the front of her mind.
What?
Now listen, do I think it's true that Kamala Harris lost because she's black and she's a woman?
Please say no, please say no, please say no.
Honestly, yes, I do.
Obama is black and did phenomenally. Hillary is a woman and won the popular vote. I hate this delusion and this cope that Kamala lost because she's a black woman. No, if she was a white man, would she have maybe won a little more votes? Sure, I'm not denying the existence of racist misogynists. I'm looking at one right now. But enough votes that she would win? Absolutely not.
Yes. True. Okay. I've been seen.
A district that's 97% Latino went 75 percentage points for Donald Trump. Why?
Misogyny.
It's on the border.
It's
the border
misogyny.
crisis is on their doorstep.
So
they were begging people to care about it for years. We need to take some lessons.
There's a lot of misogynistic Latino men. There's a lot of misogynistic men in general, but Latino men, like they're fairly Christian, they're fairly conservative, and misogyny goes hand in hand with those two. So
Latino men are misogynists? Yeah? Is that why the president of Mexico is a woman and has like an 80% approval rating? Maybe Kamala Harris just sucks. You ever consider that? Maybe going, nothing's gonna change when I'm president sucks.
Holy shit. Awaz Day. Thanks for the $50. What the fuck? Thanks for the... Yeah, appreciate it. Whoa. How did the smart light bulb end up? It's on my ceiling. Yeah, I wonder if I can make it brighter. I might get more of these Philips Hue because what they can do is they can do kind of like palettes. If they're all the same brand, the app can set up an entire scene for you. Like with a color palette. Yeah, this is as bright as it goes. I can take the lampshade off, but it's like this kind of Arctic blue sort of thing. Yeah, it's pretty cute. I wonder if I can dim it and then bring it back up to show you. It's not really doing that much right now. I wonder if that's my camera that I need to change, like my aperture or whatever the fuck it is. We'll get to it though. All right. I don't know. Shoe's kind of dumb, but so are all these other guys. So both sides. Listen, all sides bad. Okay.
After the election, a YouTuber I am subscribed to uploaded a video called "How the Right is Winning Young Men."
Ugh, I have such mixed feelings about this. I do. Unpopular, though it is on the left to like give grace to the male loneliness epidemic. I have mixed feelings about it. I'm picking my words carefully so the leftists don't murder me. Like, don't rake me over the coals for this. But I think that I understand.
Every fucking popular left tuber's brain, 24 hours a day. Please don't rake me over the coalfield for usually saying something that's probably correct. Oh no.
To pick my words carefully so my own movement doesn't.
Hi, Lonerbox. I agree with what you're saying and everything, but probably not going to address it publicly. I'm sorry. Listen, okay? I don't blame you guys, okay? You guys, your secrets are safe with me, okay?
Attack me for caring about men's issues. You see the issue?
Shoe0nHead, again, doesn't really offer any analysis. She makes a joke. So essentially, what is her joke? Her joke is that the guy's gay.
What? Oh, we're streaming from Earth 2 again. Here comes Hat on Foot, hating the gays again. The joke was not about him being gay. There wasn't even a joke. My point was that he's nervous to talk about men's issues in fear of the left attacking him, and it shouldn't be that way.
That's pretty gross from Shoe0nHead. Do I need to spell that out for you? She does this whole, like, gay impression.
Gay impression? That's literally what he fucking sounded like. These people have, like, terminal identity politics brain.
All right, let's just read a few comments.
Oh, no, not again. I swear to God, if you guys embarrass me in front of Hassan 2 here, I will turn this video around and we are going home.
Shoe0nHead dropping the hard truth bombs as usual. Bro, at least Bernie Sanders got to say a big I told you so. Okay, that's kind of, I don't know, it gives me a little bit of hope. Democrats forgot they had to be likable. Okay, it's kind of true. You can't hide your monster addiction by putting it in my class, June. Okay, that's a good point. They will learn nothing and blame everyone. Yeah, unfortunately, that's true.
Okay, he's just agreeing with all the comments. I love that they keep doing this. I love that they keep checking the comments, expecting some like terrible shit, and it's just like pee poo poo 69 going epic.
There's a really funny thing about like React hate watching where people just are so programmed to hate someone that even when they agree with someone, they'll just kind of do it and then they'll just move on to like sneering again. It's like you have to sneer. You have to. Damn.
Yo, mommy. Okay, so that was terrible. Next.
Hi, my name's Anthony Jones. I like to talk about politics and the culture war in the UK and America. Today I'm going to react to Shoe0nHead's most recent video, Downfall of the Democrats, the Truth About the 2024 Election.
Aw, this guy looks like a wizard. He's like a jolly little garden gnome. I don't even mean that in a mean way. He just looks whimsical, like he's gonna help me on a quest through some enchanted forest. Please be sane and normal, gnome bro. I am running out of hope.
Yeah, Trump, objectively, is the representative of the working class. Traditionally, it was Latinos, blacks, people...
Was this true in 2016? I remember in 2016, the polls showed that the median Trump voter was more well off than the median Democrat voter. Like they had higher income. I don't know, was there ever a poll for that for this election? There must have been, but I just don't know if I've seen it. Again, but that's because working class is actually kind of nebulous, because to a lot of people, working class is not just an income status or even an ownership status, it's an aesthetic. If you're a bit rough around the edges, if you're a bit edgy, okay, if you're not very proper, that can be a working class aesthetic, even if you're like a millionaire. You know, like, you know who does this so well? I don't know if you guys know this guy. This guy is he's actually amazing at this. Does anyone know who this guy is? Tim Martin, this guy who looks like he's about to tell you all the secrets of how to win a fucking fruit machine in a trashy English pub, even though you didn't even ask him, right? This guy who knows, okay? He doesn't really know, okay? But he will convince you that he knows which horse is going to win at the races. This guy is the owner of, I think, maybe the largest pub chain in the United Kingdom, Wetherspoons. What's a fruit machine? A fruit machine is like it's for like gambling. It's like one of these they have it usually in working class. It's like a slot machine, yeah. But they call it a fruit machine because it's usually got fruit on it. But this guy is he owns a massive chain of pubs, and it's like Wetherspoons is a very working class pub chain. Everything's quite cheap. Like the drinks are watered down, all the food's microwaved. And this is this guy's aesthetic, but he's insanely wealthy, right? Like he's a fucking business tycoon, all right? Not only that, but he also engages in very, very, very dubious labor practices. Like he pays has paid staff below minimum wage or below living wage. He is a very, very ardent right winger. He's a big fan of Boris Johnson. He was a big fan of like tax cuts and low state regulation. He doesn't like the NHS and he hates immigration and he supported Brexit. Like, this guy is your ultimate corporate like millionaire piece of shit, but he adopts this working class aesthetic so well, like, because he drinks watered down lager in fucking Weatherspoons and dresses like and looks like he's about to fucking beat up his wife after this team loses at football, right? Like his blood has been replaced by doner kebab fat, right? So there's a problem. Like, it's Trump can adopt the aesthetic, Trump can adopt the aesthetic really well, but I don't actually know. I know when in 2016, Trump voters had a higher income. Like, the median Trump voter had a higher income than the median Hillary voter.
Would vote for Democrats. Now it's highly educated people who vote for Democrats and actually working class people who traditionally would vote Democrat have voted for Donald Trump. This is a massive change in the demographics and people want something different. They don't want the same old, same old. And that's what Kamala Harris represented. And this is essentially why she failed to appeal to voters.
Yes! Gnome Bro is normal! Oh my god, how refreshing. Yes, 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 we're so f***ing back, Gnome Bros. Okay, let's keep listening. Let's not get our hopes up. Everyone was so sure dangerous, devious, dastardly Donald would never make his way back into the White House to steal democracy. And he did it. With democracy.
Democracy has been bought in America. It really has. The idea that influence is like objective and everyone's informed and it's a level playing field for both sides is simply not true. Democracy implies the voters were informed, they knew what they were voting for, they weren't lied to, they weren't sold misinformation. People are massively misinformed on Donald Trump. They were lied to, they don't believe a lot of the accusations against him. It's more complex, and it is actually very complex.
It's really not that complicated. It's exactly what you said earlier. Trump offered something, Kamala offered nothing. Whether you agree with the vision or not, Trump had a vision. It's like in 2016 when
What was the vision that Trump offered this time? I seem to remember him spurging out over Haitians eating dogs and cats. I guess tariffs were a vision, even though he doesn't actually know what a tariff is, or relies on his voters not knowing what a tariff is. What is this vision they keep talking about? And I'm going to end all the wars. Okay, sure. He had an anti-vision. He's against DEI. He's against NATO. He's against birthright citizenship. He's against dignity for migrants. Huh.
Hillary Clinton made that America is already great hat. No one wants to fucking hear this. No one believes that. You have to give the people a vision. A lot of them don't believe what the media says about Trump because a lot of them don't trust the media, and I'm gonna be so dead ass.
The media.
Do you blame them? As a Bernie bro, as a Bernard brethren, do you blame them? It's up to the media to prove themselves trustworthy, and in my opinion, they just haven't done that. The mainstream, corporate media, liberal and right-wing, does not have a good reputation. Oh my god, that reminds me, I was watching—
Compared to who, though? Like, people always say this, like, the media, they lie all the time. The mainstream media lies all the time. Show us a few examples, and how often does the mainstream media lie compared to Trump media, OAN, or like, Truth? So how often does the mainstream media lie compared to Tim Pool? Compared to any alt media person? The very least, when mainstream media gets something wrong, they'll retract it and they make corrections. They do this all the time. Tucker Carlson doesn't have to do that. Shoe0nHead, I don't have to do that. I can actually get away with saying quite a lot if I want to. I just choose to be based and factual because it makes me happy. Like, but fuck.
Fox Business the other morning.
It's not even
Don't
comparable.
ask, but holy shit, you think right-wing media online is bad? What the f are the boomers watching? Also, Kristi Noem showed up on the TV and my baby was like, Mama. Really, bro? Okay, last one. I'm ready. Let's go. This guy is called Dima the Show. Okay, Dima, what do you have for us?
900 views. Holy shit, she is really she fucking nosedived into this barrel.
I don't know what to predict here. I've only seen 2 Shoe0nHead videos, and I follow her on Twitter. She hasn't been very active on Twitter recently. I don't know why. I think she got married and had a kid.
Wait, I'm not in this video, am I? I didn't even check. No, I'm not. Okay.
But either way, from what I remember of her Twitter, it was fairly progressive. Some little, tidbits of, radical centrist, reactionary stuff a little bit here and there.
I like how just like Nobody understands me. America is so terminally left-right brained, dude. You can talk about how you want workplace democracy all day, but if you also say something like, I think we should make it harder for children to access porn or something, people are like, oh, I don't know, she's some kind of centrist? What? Anyway, I got a lot of comments on my last video like, wait, you're left-wing and you hate the Democrats? Yeah, man.
Okay, so is she coming out as left-wing? Just do it.
Yeah, man, that's a pretty common thing. If you were shocked that I'm left-wing, maybe that's a sign you need to take a step back and evaluate some of the preconceived stereotypes you have of people. Not all of us are crazy blue-haired socialists, no. Some of us are crazy brown-haired socialists. But for those of
Hey, yo!
Ugh, why is he soying out? I hate this. I'm never gonna call myself a socialist again.
For someone like her with such a diverse audience, like, who gets, you know, millions and millions of views on her videos, someone like her with this much reach, with this much of an audience, and say, hey, look at me, I'm a left-wing socialist, I think is good for the cause.
I don't want to be good for the cause. I'm a rebel. I'm not one of you. You don't love me. Sorry, I'm just burned by all the other videos. I'm like an abused cat lashing out at a new adoptive owner. He's out here handing me a treat like, pss, 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 and I'm like, let's relax.
So, okay, fellas, she said she's a socialist. She said she's left-wing. Why do we hate her?
That's such a weird, thing to say. She's one of us. She agrees with us politically. Why do we hate her? I don't know. Maybe I'm a f***ing asshole.
Kamala Harris being, you know, a person of color, is that going to have an effect on some amount of people? Sure it will. Is that why she lost?
Don't say it. Don't say it, please.
I don't think so.
Thank you. Oh my god, the bar is low. Young men did come out and support Trump, and apparently for the reasons I and many others predicted. We asked young men why they voted for Donald Trump. Here's what they said. What appealed to him about Donald Trump was that his campaign was not coming after us. He was highlighting the American people, which we are. It doesn't matter what color you are, what you may identify as. Since I wasn't excluded, I resonated with it.
See? That is a dumb person. That is a f***ing idiot.
Okay. I'm doing the thing they do. I'm pausing before he finishes his sentence. Let's hear him out. When you tell a young white guy, hey, you're an oppressor, and because you're white, you have privileges that your black and Hispanic peers didn't have, and you're inherently at fault, or you're guilty for that, which is what a lot of the left wings or Democrats are saying.
Yeah, I mean, you are...
How often are... I need to see what Democrats were saying this. The problem is that Democrats don't cave into their extremists. Not really. Republicans do. I really I hate this shit. It's like so stupid. Like just I don't know where. I feel like it's one of those things where it does exist and people do talk about it, but it's just not nearly as pervasive as people make it out to be. It's like the appearance of pervasiveness, probably because of the amount that fucking right-wingers complain about it, right? Or how easy it is to go viral if you are filmed being this stupid about wokeness, about like white people and shit. Yeah.
As a white person, you do have, you know, systemic privileges that people of color in this country don't have for a variety of reasons. It's just the truth.
All right, we're gonna disagree here. Now you will see why. Now you will see why they hate me. The only privilege that exists is class privilege. Poor, working class, middle class white people, poor, working class, middle class black people have the same amount of privilege. None. A rich black person has more privilege than a white poor person. Telling a white...
Shut the fuck... Oh my god, it's so dumb, man. What the fuck? You know how like American Jews, you know, they might be quite okay with income, but also they're like 10 times more likely to be victims of a hate crime than other ethnic groups. Like that's not... And the fact that you have to think about like hiding your identity if you can, or knowing that your identity is going to affect the way that you're perceived in in different areas of society, and the weight that has on you that it wouldn't have on a white person. What the fuck? Why would you say that? Why are black people on average in America poorer than white people? If a middle class black person, a middle class white person, there's only class privilege. No, there's not only class privilege. If there was only class privilege, then every racial group would be represented equally, unless there was also privilege along the lines of women, race, immigration status, and everything, sexuality, and everything else. Jesus. I know it makes like the world smaller and easier to understand, but fuck me. Again, I'm gonna be woke now, okay? Intersectionality is a good thing, okay? I know that what people call CRT and a lot of this like alternative, like or more extreme left-wing stuff is kind of like boring and a bit cringe, but like intersectionality is like, it's very, very, very fucking valid. And it actually demonstrates really well. The phrase intersectionality became popularized by Kimberly Crenshaw. It was in the 90s. And one of the examples that she used to demonstrate how intersectionality was, how it mattered, how like the privilege went beyond class and also went beyond race and intersected across race and gender because of the problem with crisis centers in black communities. Because victims of domestic abuse in black communities had an extra problem, which was that alternative housing was a much bigger issue for victims. So because crisis centers were modeled on studies and information from white areas, they didn't really consider alternative housing like a very high priority for victims, because most victims in white communities had a friend or a family member or some alternative place that they could go to escape their abuser. But in black communities, they ran into this issue where a black woman would go into a crisis center and they wouldn't have the resources to get her into an alternative housing situation immediately. And she didn't have the same social network that a white person would, right? And that was because of obviously decades or centuries of discrimination, and also housing discrimination especially, that made it more of an obstacle. Is this sociology? That comes from CRT actually, so it's like it overlaps a lot with legal theory. But yeah, that would be that's kind of sociological. Yeah. What is this academic analysis? Like, oh god, saying that what a stupid phrase. Ugh, class reductionist. Ugh! Bruh. As a woman, of all people, a goddamn oppressed white woman. Anyway.
College-age man who's struggling to pay off student loans, who can't afford a house, who can't find a job, that he's part of systemic racism and privilege? Good f***ing luck.
We're not racist, we're not misogynistic. I mean, see, this is, again, I have to say...
Well, yeah, again, it doesn't mean you are privileged. It just means that your whiteness is a bit of a privilege. It means that, like, yeah, if you're a white, poor, high school dropout white person, it's probably still better than being all those things but black in America. Yeah. Probably going to have, like, a little bit of a less... but that's just true. Yeah. If you're a working class domestic abuse victim in a white community, you're probably going to have a slightly easier time than a black domestic abuse victim in a working class community, that's why the issue with the crisis centers. So, bro, doesn't mean you are privileged for being just because you're white. It just means that you've got this one privilege among that might, even though you might be also disabled and have a lot of, or poor or mentally ill or have a bunch of other disadvantages.
Actually, we all kind of are racist, but that's boring. That's complex. That takes nuance. That takes time, and no one wants to fucking hear that shit. Of course, that's not gonna fucking resonate. How do you make it resonate? Maybe you can make it fun.
Make it fun? Hey, white people! You're inherently racist! What?
But I don't think there's a way to, put lipstick on the progressive messaging pig. Like, I don't know if we can win on messaging alone.
Because it's not the messaging. It's not how you are selling the product. It's the product. These guys are being alienated from progressive messaging, not because it's complicated, but because it's stupid and regressive. Young men are tired of being told to pay for the sins of their great-grandfathers. Full stop. That's it. And people aren't just going, systemic racism exists. Like, yeah, maybe that's what you're doing. I don't think you're some kind of, like, woke SJW or whatever, but to pretend like that's the only thing people are doing, it's kind of a cope. You're in denial. Corporations were literally hiring Robin DiAngelo to give PowerPoint presentations to workers on how to be less white. This was a thing that happened. I remember Coca-Cola doing it specifically.
Yeah, but everyone fucking hates her. Okay. Do you notice that, again, if we're talking about this, sorry, between Trump and Harris, who made the campaign about race? Who is the one getting all fucking weird about, is Kamala an Indian or a black person? I'm asking this sincerely as a white American who's also Scotch. That's what they call it, isn't it? Scotch, 1/8 Scotch. Fuck you. Like, Trump made it about race more than Harris did in that campaign. Harris didn't even entertain the question. She didn't even say, yeah, mixed race, you stupid fuck. Like, what are you talking about? Is that not possible anymore? Is that not allowed? Like, what the fuck is an African American? Or like a... Not even that, but like a fucking... Somebody who's half something and half something else. Yeah, she didn't even answer. She just said, like, why are you... like, it's sad that you're making this about race. Yeah. She didn't even clarify. She could have just said, yeah, mixed race. What the fuck's wrong with you?
specifically Coca-Cola, which, by the way, the CEO of Coca-Cola is now openly praising Trump and like hanging out with him. Corpo moment. They really saw the popular vote and were like, later homos. God, I miss the 90s. I feel like we really had race relations down back then. I don't see color. That worked. That was great. Why did we get rid of that? After the election, one of the only politicians I've seen who is actively trying to understand why people voted the way that they did is AOC. When I met her, I whispered into her ear, take the pronouns out of your bio. And she did. Anyway, after the election, AOC found out that a ton of people voted for her down ballot, but also voted for Trump for president on the same ticket. Curious, she took to her Instagram to ask people why they did that. And these were some of their answers. I feel like Trump and you are both real. It's real simple. Trump and you care for the working class.
Ugh. Trump and you care for the working class. Just complete, diametrically opposed entities.
Yeah, but the thing that people like, though, is, again, that's because working class, again, it's an aesthetic. People like it when you sound like a normal person, or people like it when you're relatable. And Trump is relatable because he talks like a fucking retard. And most Americans are like that, you know? And the same with AOC, she's relatable. I don't think Harris was very relatable. The way she answered questions, the way that you could tell she was very, very religiously sticking to a script, like, yeah, that wasn't relatable. But like, who's closer to being working class, Trump or Harris? Are you fucking joking, bro? Like, what?
And Donald Trump. Insane, man.
Do you know how many people used to like Bernie Sanders and now vote for Donald Trump, and vice versa? There are so many conservatives I know who used to be Bernie Sanders supporters. Is it because Bernie and Trump are so much alike? No. But their rhetoric, how they spoke, who they spoke to, who they fought for or claimed to fight for, the forgotten man, the American worker, this is populism. And throughout history, populism could be used for good or for evil. And like I said in many of my videos, if you don't understand this, you're never gonna get it. Maybe this is a one-time thing, maybe it's just because of Trump or inflation, or maybe the meme is coming true. Maybe Republicans are the new party of the working class. Democrats.
That's just so insane, man.
See, this is one reason I don't see why you should blame the voters. Like, obviously the Democratic Party is doing something wrong if blue-collar working class people of all races are moving towards the Republican Party. And the Democrats are only gaining with old women and coastal elites. The voters don't see you as the party for the little guy. They see a literal billionaire as the party for the little guy. You are doing something wrong!
I hope the male loneliness epidemic eats you MAGA scum alive. I hope you feel a hole in your soul and feel unloved until your dying day. I hope you rot in your deathbed, wondering why women looked at you like you had rabies your whole life as your eyes closed for the last.
I'm not gonna defend this. This is not good or healthy.
Whoa.
Honestly, Gnome Bro and this guy have been pretty reasonable. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe not all Democrats are doomed. Maybe there is a chance a Democrat wins 2028. Maybe some really do get it.
Some liberals use the occasion to look down upon the icky dummies who are too stupid to know they shouldn't vote for Trump. Yeah.
I mean, where's the lie?
So that was that video. That is all I can take.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, they are not sending their best. Despite it all, it was fun doing a reaction video to people's reaction of me. But that is enough of my yapping. Now I want to hear you yap. Do you think Democrats will learn their lesson? Do you think a pendulum swing is going to happen in 2028? If you like this video, please consider donating to me on Patreon, link down below. Or if you want to give a little one-time donation, there's like a little tip jar somewhere here. It really helps the channel a lot, and I appreciate it so much. And I will see you guys with a new video soon. Bye!
Okay, if Shoe0nHead wants to react to this, that's fine. But also, let's talk on call, okay? Hey, from one social democrat to another, okay? From one racist, sexist social democrat to another, okay? Let's go. We're gonna make it happen. No donate to Lonerbox. Yeah, 7 out of 20, by the way. 7 out of 20 on the super chat goal. The fuck's wrong with you guys? What the fuck? Okay. Maybe I'll just wait. Will I just sit here and wait for the content nuke until we fill the bar? Until we reach the goal? I need to cover some donos. And 10 gifties. Yeah, what the fuck? Where were we? You got 100 gifted. I did not get 100 gifted. I'm not going to do... I'm not going to do members only chat as a regular thing. It's just you know, it's appropriate for the times. Where was I? Joel Andreasen, Ben, Helber, and V. Elliott, thanks for the subs. And Morgan, thanks for the sub as well. Vazaraka and Dwayne, thanks for the $5 each. Nat Cliff, thanks for the £5. Sending in my portfolio for University of Edinburgh Fine Art course today. Wish me luck, Loner. Good to see you back, even if it's just for this. Yeah, this is just a little, you know, just a one-off appearance for a little bit, yeah. Then I'll probably go back into my cave for a while. Because honestly, kind of enjoying the cave, I'm not going to lie. I will stream. Okay, I do like streaming, but I also like the cave right now. Okay?
Nuke Fund Part 2.
I feel like I'm learning a lot about the interaction between internet and real life and everything else. Anyway, Damocles, thanks for the 199. You got to watch 5 minutes of Brittany Simon's reaction. Nope. Holly, thanks for the tier 1 sub. Holly D, I'm so sorry. Limbo Gagino, thanks for the tier 1 sub. Monkey Man, thanks for the 2 Australian. Glad to have you back. Spencer Howard, thanks for the 5 Australian. Your call in to argue on Queeman's stream with some of his audience with more lead than average in their blood was entertaining, so here's some money. Yeah, those guys were very, very autistic. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Matthew Bang, and I say that as an autistic person, okay? I'm using it disparagingly. Yes, I don't care. Matthew Ninfia, Salty Squid, Cruzy, Doc 1715, thanks for the tier 1 subs. Adam Bard, thanks for the £2. Hey King, just wanted to give support. Hey, thank you. Black Sand, thanks for the $4.99. Feel like Shoe is just surface level takes with memes that have a right lean to them with a sprinkle of populism. Yeah, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with that style. I just there are some arguments that she makes that I think are a little bit goofy. Dwayne, thanks for the $5. Do you see the Harris staffer reveal that Harris tried to go on Rogan and he kept saying, yeah, but scheduling errors and never worked it out? Really? I think Joe would have been a lot less receptive to her than he would have been to Trump, though. I think Joe Rogan would have tried to destroy her. Like, which wouldn't have been fair given how fucking... Whereas with Trump can just ramble some bullshit about how actually green energy is bad for the whales and he's going to save the whales by drilling and smashing the seabed for shale gas. And Joe's just like, yeah, whales, they don't like wind turbines, don't really pay attention to the all the oil drilling and the... yeah. They love a good oil spill, though. There's nothing a whale likes more than a fucking slick oil spill to slide across. Like water skiers. Nick and Shell Guy, thanks for the tier 1 sub. And Awazte, thanks for the 10 gifted subs. That's so kind of you. What the fuck? Nenio, Spriggs, Lauren Rubenstein, Potato Sham Cakes, thanks for the subs. Potato Sham Cakes, thanks for the tier 2 sub, especially. Whoa. Cruz, thanks for the $5. Content Nuke Fund, true. Lauren Rubenstein, thanks for the $50 though. Sorry, not 15, 50. Sorry to insult the dono. Got 50. Thank you so much. That's so generous. Master of Darkness, thanks for the tier 1 sub. Awazte, thanks for the $5. GRT, thanks for the $5. Varjagan, thanks for the €2. You should check out remote sensing analyses on IP. I don't know what that means, but I'll think about it. Awaz, thanks for the $5.